Manga-Waido.
What? Transfer? To that rustic place?
My name is Senzaki Koichi. I'm the site manager at a certain factory. When I told my wife Satsuki that I was being transferred to a factory in the countryside from the next term, she was absolutely mortified. Sure, it's in the countryside, but in case you're wondering, this is a promotion.
I can't believe it! I finally made friends here!
Satsuki, who had grown up in the city all her life, seemed quite shocked and became silent from that day onward. After that, we moved to where I was transferred. However, Satsuki remained depressed there as well. I do feel sorry for her, but it's part of the job. I had no choice.
I don't want to be in such a remote place anymore. You said it was a promotion, but that's a lie, right?
I told you it wasn't a lie. When I told her that being the site manager here was different from other places, she wouldn't listen to me. After about a month of spending such days, Satsuki's mood gradually began to improve. Apparently, it was a reunion with a classmate that triggered it.
There's a girl in your factory named Emiko Hiroi, right? That girl is a friend of mine from high school.
I didn't know. It seems that chatting with a classmate was a nice break from school.
But you know, I can't stay in this remote place all the time. You have to make an effort to get back to headquarters as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll do my best. But this situation did not last long. About another month or so later, when I came home, there was no dinner, which was always ready, and when I asked her why, she didn't give me a good answer. After a period of heavy silence...
Is it true that you're seeing a young girl at work?
What? Hiroi-san saw me and a young female employee chatting behind the factory and reported it to Satsuki. It's a misunderstanding. Well, sure, we talked, but it's not the kind of relationship you're thinking of.
Then what is it?
She's having some trouble at home, and she's thinking about quitting her job.
She doesn't need to talk to you. She has plenty of other bosses.
Well, that's true, but it's my position.
Is it really nothing? You swear?
I swear. Satsuki, the one person I love is you.
Really?
Yeah, believe me.
Okay. I'm sorry for getting distraught. I believe you.
Satsuki, thanks. After that, Satsuki regained her previous cheerfulness. I tried to come home as early as possible so as not to make Satsuki anxious anymore. On my days off, I took care of Satsuki as much as I could, doing housework and going to places she wanted to go. Then one day, during break time at work, Hiroi-san spoke to me.
You should seriously tell the truth to Satsuki.
What?
If you keep something from her, it'll eventually become irreversible.
Listen, Hiroi-san, I wish you would stop spouting strange things to my wife.
But you were actually talking to Yui alone, weren't you? I'm just worried about Satsuki.
Don't worry about it. Don't ever say anything weird to Satsuki again.
Understood.
And around that time, Satsuki started acting strangely again. She started leaving the house without telling me. When I asked her where she was going, she said she was at that Hiroi's place.
I asked her to listen to my complaints about you and stuff. I heard he's talking to another woman at the office.
Enough of this! 80% of the factory is staffed by women. It's impossible not to talk to women.
Then why don't you just ask for a transfer to the head office?
Why are you talking like that? I'm just doing my job!
Becoming so angry like that makes you even more suspicious!
Ugh. She won't understand me no matter what I say! After that, the conversations with Satsuki decreased rapidly. Satsuki also started drinking late at night, without a care in the world. And we didn't even see each other at home anymore. I have to somehow repair our relationship. One day, while I was worrying about that, I had to leave early because I couldn't work, due to a delivery problem of materials. And there, I encountered a terrible situation. I'm home. What? Men's shoes? Is it a visitor? I quietly peeked through the gap in the door, and there was a young man there. Moreover, he was holding Satsuki's shoulder and talking to her in an intimate manner. Where do you want to go this weekend?
Anywhere Hitoshi-san wants to go.
Then how about that new hotel?
Oh no! I'll get embarrassed if you say it so bluntly.
Oh, Satsuki suspected me of cheating on her, but she's cheating on me herself! I took a video with shaking hands, then left the place and immediately moved to gather evidence. Later,
I see. Your wife is cheating on you. By the way, weren't you two-tined when you were a student, Koichi?
yeah, there was a time when that happened. Her name is Mai Nagato. We've been friends since our school days. Since my new job was close to her hometown, we were able to meet casually in this way. But at my age, I never thought this would happen.
Well, since we're classmates, I'll give you all kinds of advice, so don't worry too much.
Thanks. I was acting normal at work, but I still had flashbacks to the scene of Satsuki's affair, and I couldn't eat. And that Hiroi got involved as usual.
You have to work hard to make up for it. Otherwise, she'll leave you.
Hiroi said that Satsuki still didn't trust me, and suspected that I'm actually cheating on her when I'm late coming home from work overtime. When in fact, it's her who's cheating on me. At this point, Satsuki quit doing the housework altogether, and the house was a mess. No meals were prepared. I had no appetite anyway, so I spent my days somehow nourishing myself with energy drinks. After 2 weeks of living like that, I had gathered all the evidence of the affair. The person she was having an affair with was an instructor at the gym that Satsuki went to. Apparently, his name was Hitoshi Tsukishiro. So much evidence has been gathered. I should confront her now. Just when I started thinking like that, I went on an overnight business trip for a meeting at the head office. But on the day of the meeting, a key person was absent, so the meeting ended surprisingly early, and I went home in the early afternoon. She should be at the gym at this time. As I opened the door with that thought in my mind, no way! There were those men's shoes again. I heard faint male and female voices coming from inside the room. Don't tell me you had a guy over because I was on a business trip! I was so angry, I found myself running into the living room. Satsuki!
What? Koichi?
What the hell are you doing while I'm gone?
What? Why are you back already? You're on a business trip, right? You're supposed to be at work.
You... Don't you have anything else to say? I didn't think she'd get angry at me, so I was really upset. Oh, so you're Satsuki's husband. Hitoshi Tsukishiro, right? I have proof that you're having an affair with Satsuki! What? Proof? What are you getting so worked up about? It's your fault for making Satsuki lonely in the first place, isn't it?
Hitoshi?
Satsuki was looking at the man who was getting all flustered with her sparkling eyes. What the? Don't tell me you're thinking you're getting mad at me for my sake? Do you know what you're doing? You're not going to get away with this. I'm going to charge you for this! Shut up! I'm pissed off, you asshole! The man suddenly lost his temper and tried to hit me. What? You made Satsuki sad!
Hitoshi! Or me?
Ugh! What a travesty. The man stormed off for a moment and left with a satisfied look on his face, as if to say, that's enough for today. What the hell? So, Satsuki, now that it's come to this, I want to file for alimony and then get a divorce.
I don't care. Can I go now? I'm worried if Hitoshi hurt his hand.
You're really into him. I had a detective check him out. He seems to be a gym instructor.
A detective? You hired one? You're such a pathetic man.
Satsuki was all, "It's your fault for cheating on me first, Koichi," and showed no signs of being sorry at all. I told you I'm not having an affair.
Liar! I have proof!
Huh?
See? Emiko took this for me. You're dating this woman, aren't you?
It was a picture of me meeting a woman at a coffee shop near the factory. No, that's a business partner. It's an investigator from an investigative firm. Actually, I was on a secret mission from upper management to investigate a suspected leak of information at the factory. The woman in the photo is from the investigation company, and we were having a secret meeting at the coffee shop. The reason I've been home so late lately is because of the investigation.
You know, if you're gonna lie, make it sound more convincing. There's no way that Koichi, a mere field supervisor, would be entrusted with such an important investigation.
I'm so dumbfounded that I don't even want to talk, but I have to tell her properly. Like I said before, I'm on a career track. I'm the head of the factory.
Huh?
The current factory where I've been transferred is located at the founding site of the company, and there's a tradition that young members of the founding family serve as the factory manager. However, the factory manager is more of a figurehead, and the one actually running the factory is me, the on-site manager. The pressure is immense, but it's an unparalleled opportunity to establish strong connections with potential future company presidents. In other words, I currently hold a position that earns envy from my peers within the company of the same age. And that's why I'm now the chief strategist for the next president of the company.
You're kidding!
I'm not kidding. The reason I was invited to the headquarters meeting yesterday is because I'm the head.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I tried to. I told you I was on track for a promotion. I tried to explain in detail then, but you wouldn't listen to me.
But...
After that, Satsuki kept blaming me, but it was incoherent, so I decided to end the discussion. That's enough. Let's talk about the future with a lawyer.
Wait! I'm sorry! The fair was just something Amiko told me to do and I just did it! I would have cheated on you if I'd known you were on a career path!
You won't listen to what I have to say, but you believe everything she says?
It's not like that!
I'm done. I don't love you anymore.
Wait! Koichi!
After that, I stayed at a coworker's house for a few days, then went into the company's dormitory. Satsuki was complaining, but I wouldn't respond, and when we started talking with a lawyer, she finally gave up.
Can we start over again?
I mean, you suspected me, and you even cheated on me. I don't have any love left for you. And so, we divorced. Thanks. And thanks for the lawyer referral.
No problem. I'm glad I could help.
By the way, you're an even slicker investigator than I thought, Mai.
Oh yeah? Were you impressed?
Yeah, very. Actually, Mai's a detective. When I asked her for a job, she accepted, and she gathered evidence in no time. She listened to my complaints and she encouraged me. I can't tell you how much Mai helped me.
By the way, you said you got hit by the guy who was cheating on her with? Are you okay?
About that, he's a big guy, but he's got no power at all.
A what? Even though he's a gym instructor?
Yeah, and you know I've been doing karate and boxing my whole life, right?
I remember you're a member of several clubs in college. You're more of a martial arts nerd than people would assume.
I'm not a nerd, I'm a fighter. That's why his amateur punch didn't work on me. A foot massage is much more painful.
Less than a foot massage, that's hilarious.
After that, Satsuki's savings ran out due to alimony and the division of property, and she couldn't pay the rent on the apartment she had changed her name to, so she went to stay with her affair partner. However, since I'd also demanded alimony from the cheating partner, the two of them gradually became embroiled in a series of problems. In the end, Satsuki said she had no place to go.
Please, let's get back together, I'm sorry!
You like that guy more than me, right?
I'm not interested in that guy anymore. He said he borrowed the alimony from a loan shark. He was a poor man making advances towards me.
I'm not interested in that kind of talk. Don't ever show up in front of me again.
But...
If you do, I'll call the police.
What the hell? Fine!
As expected, the word police scared her, and after that, Satsuki never showed up again. It seems that Satsuki's anger was directed at that Hiroi.
Please get back together with Satsuki. Satsuki said it's my fault she got divorced. She's demanding alimony from me.
I see. No, actually. I was thinking of asking you for alimony too.
What?
You stirred us up on purpose, didn't you? If you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to hire a lawyer and...
I'm sorry. It was on purpose.
Hiroi was jealous that Satsuki was able to get married while she was unmarried, and was spouting nonsense so we would have a falling out. I'm speechless. Please, don't talk to me about anything other than work ever again. You know what will happen if you do, right?
Yes.
I heard that Hiroi and Satsuki ended up going to court, but I don't know what happened after that, and Hiroi quit the factory. But given Satsuki's character, I'm sure she'll hunt her down to the ends of the earth. I'm still working hard after that. And then, today was the date with Mai. I really want to be happy this time.
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm just wondering what might happen if I go out with a detective.
Are you imagining that you'll be trapped on an isolated island and encounter a case?
Do you actually get requests like that?
No, I don't. Most detectives investigate affairs and search for missing cats and dogs. But if I get an invitation to an isolated island, I'll take you with me, okay?
What? No, that's...
I'm just kidding.
I was convinced that I would have a bright future this time, seeing the cheerful and energetic Mai.
I can't believe Motoyuki is marrying such a nice young lady.
Marie-san, take care of my brother. Yes!
I'm Motoyuki Matsushita. Today's the wedding of my former classmate, Marie. I'll make Marie happy for sure. I'll show my filial piety to you too, Mom.
Seeing you like this makes me so happy. Thank you.
My father died early, so my mother raised me and my younger sister, Kimmy, by herself. My mother worked a lot, and I was often lonely when I was little. I sometimes clashed with my mother, who was a workaholic during my adolescent years.
Motoyuki, where have you been so late?
Shut up! Don't act like a mother when you're hardly ever home! My mother patiently watched over me. Thanks to her, we're back on good terms now. After that, my mother became ill and retired from work before retirement. I was worried about my mother, so after marriage we lived near my parents' house, and Marie got along well with my mother, and we were able to live in peace. Then, one day...
Actually, I was just invited by someone at work and went to Okuno's restaurant for the first time in a while.
Really? It's been a long time. I wonder how Okuno is doing. Okuno is a classmate of mine from elementary school. His parents owned a high-class restaurant, and Okuno himself seemed to be proud of his parents' business.
Okuno, your bento is amazing! My dad's a chef. He serves this at his restaurant. Your store is so cool! It's like a castle! When we grow up, I'll invite you over. Really? I want to go too!
After that, Okuno and I went to the same local high school, where I met Marie. After my sister Kimmy entered the school, the four of us often went out together, and he invited us to his restaurant. I wonder if it was a good idea for us to come to such an upscale restaurant. Of course!
It's such a nice restaurant, and the food is delicious.
Thanks. I'm planning to take over this restaurant in the future.
That's amazing! So you're learning how to cook? Everything except for the hair.
Yeah, a little bit at a time.
I admire you. You're still in school and you're already looking to the future.
Not so much. Okuno attended me and Marie's wedding, but... After that, for some reason, he stopped responding to my calls, and I got busy with work and family, and we drifted apart. So how was the restaurant? No change? Is Okuno doing well?
Yeah,
The restaurant was as nice as ever. Oh yeah, Okuno took over the store and become the manager.
I see, he finally took over.
Let's go to the restaurant together sometime soon.
Let's! So he's the manager too. Then he must have been so busy since he took over the family business and couldn't reply back. I felt encouraged to hear about the activities of my old friend whom I had not heard from for a while. A short time later, Marie was to go on a long business trip abroad for work.
I'm sorry I can't attend mother-in-law's 60th birthday celebration.
It's a job that only you can do. It can't be helped. Have a safe trip. Yes, actually, my mother is turning 60 next month. I wanted to show a little filial piety to my mother, who I worried a lot when I was young, so my sister and I started looking for a restaurant.
Maniwara has a bit of folksy atmosphere, doesn't it?
I agree. It would be a better memorial if it was a little more upscale.
If so, why not Waido?
We had Japanese food for Mother's Day, so wouldn't Western food be better?
That's true.
That's right. How about Okuno's restaurant? Marie went there the other day and said it was as good as it used to be.
I see. Good idea. They have private rooms, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'll get a private room when it's available. I called Okuno right away. Okuno, long time no see. That voice. Is it Matsushita? Long time no see. I heard from Marie that you became the manager. Congratulations. Oh, thanks. How are your parents? They're fine. My parents just moved back to the countryside, leaving me to take care of it. I'm busy every day, but I'm doing my best as a manager. I see. At your age, you're already the lord of the land. Well, I just took over the family business. After a brief update like that, I told him that I wanted to celebrate my mother's 60th birthday. You had such a bad relationship with your mother when you were in school, but now you've grown into a filial son. I was such an idiot when I was young. So, I'd like to reserve a private room. Is that okay? Sure, I'll make a reservation for you. Thanks, man. When I told my mother I reserved at Okuno's restaurant...
Oh, I haven't been to Okuno's restaurant in ages.
Wait, Mom, have you been there before?
Yes, a few times with work friends. The food is really good. So is the atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. I love that place too.
I'm looking forward to it.
I called my sister, and all I had to do was wait for the day of the event. And then one day, I got a surprising call from my sister.
I looked at the reviews of Okuno-san's store, and there were some really bad reviews.
What? Seriously? When I checked the review sites, there were a few reviews with 0 stars, and they were recent. I was refused entry, and the manager was so bossy I'll never go back. That's terrible. They wrote a lot.
Do you think it's true?
I don't think that Okuno would do such a thing.
Yeah, I think it's just harassment.
Okuno's restaurant is a popular one with a good reputation in the area. Maybe he's being harassed by a strange customer or a competitor. It's not easy being a business owner. I sympathize with Okuno, but I didn't pay much attention to it. The truth of this post will be revealed in the following month. On the day of the appointment...
I'm looking forward to it. Let's drink champagne.
Sure, but don't drink too much.
That's right. You fall asleep easily when you're drunk, Nozomi. Yes, I'll drink in moderation.
I parked my car, and we entered the restaurant. Oh, Okuno!
Hello. It's been a while, Okuno.
It's been a while, but I'm sorry. Could you go home today?
Huh?
Okuno, what are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean?
As you can see, we have a group coming in. No. I called the other day to make a reservation. What kind of joke is this? I thought it was just a bad joke, but it seems like Okuno was serious. As you can see, it's a gathering for celebrities and people in the TV industry. How can I let ordinary people like Motoyuki in here? Looking at the people who are having fun and drinking, I certainly see models and celebrities here and there. If you had to cancel, why didn't you call earlier? Sorry, we were busy with the group. As you probably know, our restaurant caters to celebrities. But to suddenly cancel on the day, I'm sorry I didn't call you, but this is my job too.
What do you mean by that?
It means that as a businessman, it's only natural to give preferential treatment to those who come in large numbers and drop large sums of money for a private party. So you're saying we're double booked? Yeah, you could put it that way. You know, I made reservations for my mother in advance, and now you're saying the group has priority on short notice? Yeah, I am sorry about that. I apologize to your mother as well. My apologies. See, I bowed my head. Could you understand? Of course not. Don't get so mad. Consider my position too. Situation? You don't know this because you don't know any celebrities, but in this business, if you start a rumor, it spreads fast. If I mistreat the bigwigs who come here, I'll lose my position, won't I?
Does that mean you can treat the general public however you want?
Well, don't make me say it. Oh, yeah, if you really want to eat, would you like to eat in the staff changing room? What? If you don't mind the changing room that doesn't disturb the group, I'll be happy to seat you. Okuno smirking in a condescending manner. This is pointless. We're not getting anywhere.
That's enough. Let's leave.
See, even your mother says so. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't want to ruin my mother's 60th birthday celebration with more trouble. I guess we'll just have to find somewhere else. Okuno, I didn't think you were such a scumbag. I'll make you pay for this. Scumbag. Excellent. You'd better get back in that shabby car and get the hell out of here. We don't accept poor people who can only drive such a car in the first place. How much of a scumbag are you? I started walking toward the car as I suppressed my anger, and then a man who looked like he was from the industry noticed us and approached us. Oh, wait! Are you Matsushita-san by any chance?
Oh, Shishino.
It's Matsushita-san after all! Wow! It's been a while! How are you?
Good, I'm fine.
What? Producer Shishido, you know each other? Yeah, Matsushita is my former boss. Well, she's like my mentor. I'm forever grateful to her. What? Okuno, I didn't tell you this, but my mother used to be a TV producer too, and a legendary one at that.
Oh my, a legend.
What? That's right. My mother was actually the first female producer of the legendary nationally popular TV show Hirukiri. She produced a number of popular programs when she was active, and some of them have continued to run long after her retirement.
I've been hearing about what you've been up to, Shishido. That spring blockbuster drama, Scam, was yours, wasn't it?
Well, that's the project that was rejected by Matsushita-san once a long time ago. As you instructed me back then, I brushed up the story from a love story that started as a marriage scam to a love story between scammers, and it hit the mark in this day and age.
Of course. I remember. I used to be the one to keep everyone up all night.
My mother at the time was so busy with work that she hardly ever came home, and I was rebelling against her a lot at the time. To be honest, I used to think Matsushita-san was a scary boss, but now I sincerely believe that it was a whip of love.
Oh, you have just noticed that now?
I'm a slow learner. Oh yes, let me introduce Matsushita-san to the youngsters. Please, come in.
But, you know, we just got turned down.
Huh? What do you mean, manager? No, we were told we don't accept poor people who can only drive shabby cars.
That's right. And we were about to leave even though I had made a reservation.
Manager, are you serious? You said the restaurant was open today. What? Please let me explain. I can't have my benefactor treated like that. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was that great. Oh, so you give preferential treatment to those who are great and turn away those who aren't? That's not what
I'm sure that's what he meant.
Well, that was his attitude.
Hey guys, let's go! We can't stay in this garbage store! Everyone in the restaurant was outraged by what Shishido-san said.
Huh? This is what this place was like?
It was fine under the previous manager.
The second generation is going to destroy it. I pity his parents.
Everyone hurriedly got ready to leave. Shishido-sama, this is not good. This is... If the store can cancel a reservation without permission, then it's only fair for the customer to act in their own best interest as well, right? I apologize. Please forgive me. Why are you apologizing to me? You should be apologizing to Matsushita-san. Mrs. Motoyuki Kimi, I'm so sorry. It's done. I won't come to this restaurant again. I'll tell Marie not to come here even if she gets invited. No, I didn't mean it. Please don't tell Marie.
Okuno-san, did you take the reservation today to harass us on purpose?
What?
Okuno-san, you always liked Marie, didn't you? But now that she's married to my brother, I think you're just jealous.
Huh? Jealous? Beside me, who is upset, my sister, my mother, and Shishido-san are also giving Okuno cold glances. That's right. I've always liked Marie. What? Upset that I married Marie, Okuno cut off all contact with me after the wedding. Yet I told him I wanted to make a reservation at the restaurant as if nothing had happened. Angered by my carefree attitude, Okuno decided to harass me. I didn't know you were that crazy.
That's enough. Let's go.
Oh yeah, there's a nice restaurant in the neighborhood. My boyfriend is training to be a chef there. Why don't we go there?
Great, let's go.
Wait!
I'd like to invite you all to join us if you don't mind.
Are you sure?
I'll just check if they can fit this many people.
My sister checks with the restaurant. They say they can take us, and we move off together. Goodbye, Okuno!
I'm sorry us poor people disturbed you.
Goodbye. I don't want to see you again.
I'll never use your restaurant again, and I won't let anyone else either. Wait, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okuno clung to us, but we casually hopped into the car and left in a cool manner. After that, Okuno's restaurant, which was once popular as a celebrity hotspot, gained a bad reputation in the industry after turning the beloved Shishido-san into an enemy, leading to its closure a year later. In its place, the small Japanese restaurant we visited became popular in the industry as my mother liked it, eventually becoming a celebrity-frequented establishment. I later learned that the reason Okuno's restaurant got a reputation in the industry in the first place was because my mother was spreading the word in gratitude to Okuno for being so good to me and Kimi. I'm no match for my mother. 2 months later, Okuno called me while I was working in the human resources department of a certain company. You know, you're in HR, right? Can you hire me? Of course I can't do that. I'm sorry, I was in a bad way that day. Even if I forgive you, how can the company hire a person like you who calls customers poor people? No! After that, there was no contact from Okuno. It seems they renovated the restaurant during the change of management, and there was still debt remaining from that time. It's no longer my concern. Okuno's whereabouts after that are unknown. If only he hadn't done that, the restaurant would probably still be thriving now. As I passed by the deserted store that was becoming a ruin with no tenants, I found myself thinking such thoughts. I'm Shun Sakamoto. I'm a designer at a major ad agency. Hey, Sakamoto! I heard that one of the younger staff won that account you were working on, huh? Yeah. What can I say? You gotta be more persistent, man! As my colleague says, I'm not a very good negotiator, and at 37, I'm not getting any better. But we have our regular customer, and that keeps me busy, but there is something that I can be proud of, and that's the existence of my beautiful wife, Nanako. We met here at the company. She joined after me, but we started working on the same project, and we hit it off right away. And eventually, we got married.
Hey, Shun. How was your day?
The usual. How you doing? Today was the doctor's appointment, right? How'd it go?
Yeah, it went great. No problem at all.
That's awesome. Man, I can't wait to see our child. My wife is with child now, and I'm gonna see my first kid in about a month. I was at the peak of my happiness. Then one day, things changed. My boss approached me and suggested that I transfer to the administration section.
And so, what do you tell him?
I told him I would think about it.
Pardon me? What do you mean you want to think about it? This is a promotion. You get to work in administration.
Yeah, well, I'm a designer. I like my job. I'm not cut out to do administration work.
But...
Actually, I thought it was good timing, because I was thinking of going freelance.
Huh? You can't be serious? There's no guarantee you'd be successful. That's a big risk to take.
Nanako told me to think it over and weigh the risks, but I wasn't going to work in a job I don't like until retirement. I just couldn't do it. Actually, I was thinking about going on my own for some time now. I even have money saved for that purpose, so financially I was okay. In the end, I was determined to get my way. I eventually started a small design office at home. That's when the trouble began. At first, Nanako finally agreed, but after a while she started being icy toward me.
Do the cleaning, would you? Don't forget the laundry and wash the dishes.
Yeah, right.
Are you looking at me like that, for God's sake? I have to rest, you know. I just gave birth to a baby.
I had to do all the house chores and even look for a daycare place. I had to take care of our daughter, Reina, too. Well, Reina's my daughter. I have to take care of her. I'm right here, Reina. You want to cuddle, huh? Just seeing her cute little face makes me happy, and all my troubles seem to go away. And then, about the time Reina was entering nursery school, Nanako started working again. As for me, my designer work was going fairly well. I had gotten used to taking care of Reina. But about 2 months after Nanako started working, she would often be late and sometimes wouldn't even come home.
Hey, Rena, were you a good girl today? Dad, help! Why the hell are you crying? I'm your mother, for God's sake.
You're never around. Can't blame her.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you're never around. You should at least play with her on your days off. She's just not used to you is all.
Well, for your information, I work and I'm tired. I need a rest, unlike you, who just sits at home all day working. Or are you actually even working?
Of course I work. How could you say that?
Oh, please. She's giving me a headache. I'm going to bed.
Hey, we're not finished here. There is no end to my frustrations with Nanako. Then one day, as I was headed back to the office after visiting a client... Huh? What the hell? What's Nanako doing with that guy? But come to think of it, there were suspicious signs. She's been late recently, sometimes not even coming home. Going out on Saturdays and Sundays. Is she having an affair with that guy? I had to make sure, so I hired a private investigator to check her out. A few days later, I got proof that she was indeed seeing this guy. I thought maybe she would panic, but she simply snickered and said,
Yeah, that's right. I'm going steady with this guy. Nice photos of him, by the way. His name is Tomohiro Ando. He's a designer too, and has done numerous projects for major corporations. I bet you've seen some of his work, as a matter of fact. He's one of the best.
Ando? That guy? I knew the guy all right. He used to be the creative director at a major ad agency. He recently started his own business. They met during a project they were both working on, and he apparently tried recruiting her for his new ad agency. Then one thing led to another, and they became lovers.
Unlike Yushin, Ando is a great designer.
But that gives you no right whatsoever to cheat on me.
You know what? I married you only because you worked for a pretty well-known ad agency.
Huh? Seriously?
Yeah, after you quit the company, there was nothing left. You no longer meant anything to me.
Anyways, let's get together with this Ando guy and discuss the matter. The next day, we made an appointment to meet at a coffee shop, and he came with his wife. Her name was Kumi, and she looked very timid and nervous, probably because of the somber atmosphere.
I'm so sorry that my husband caused so much grief to you.
Who told you to speak? You just keep your mouth shut. This can all be solved with money, so stay out of it. You got that?
Of course, I'm sorry. Man, how pathetic. Yeah, no problem getting a divorce, and sure, we'll pay compensation, no problem. And also child support. Mr. Ando said he'll pay for everything.
Yeah, if that means I can hook up with Nanako, I'll gladly pay. Child support? Does that mean you don't even want your own child?
Well, she doesn't seem to have any affection for me anyways. And besides, Mr. Ando hates kids. What can I say?
Of course, I would never give up Reina, but how could she? She's a monster. I was seething with anger, but there was nothing more to talk about. But...
Okay, then see ya. I'm gonna live with Mr. Ando starting today.
Huh? Are you nuts?
Send my stuff later. I'll send over the divorce papers along with his address. He'll deposit the compensation and child support into your bank account, and then we're all set. What do I do? If you move in, I have nowhere to go.
Do as you like. I'll pay you alimony so you'll be fine. Oh yeah, why don't you stay with Mr. Sakamoto? I'm sure he has plenty of room.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. You two would make a great couple. Take it easy, losers.
They laughed their way out of the coffee shop. I could still hear them laughing outside.
What do I do? I have nowhere to go.
Don't you have relatives nearby or friends? According to Kumi-san, her parents already passed and she has no contact with her relatives. She lived overseas for years, so she didn't have any close friends. Okay then, like your husband suggested. Wanna come to my house? You're more than welcome.
Really?
Like he said, I got plenty of room. And besides, it was my wife that cheated on me with your husband. I'm partially responsible for this whole fiasco, too.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're both victims in this. Let's help each other out, why don't we? Maybe you can help me pack up my wife's stuff.
Yeah, okay. I guess I can do that.
And so it was decided that Kumi-san would come and stay at my place for the time being. I was pleasantly surprised to see that she could do the house chores perfectly, and she was even good with children. Reina has completely been taken with Kumi-san, and they go to the park or shopping together every day. The neighbors have even noticed.
Wow, your new wife is so wonderful. She even cleans up the trash area all the time. She's such a nice person.
Yeah, well, we're not actually married.
Really? She's wonderful. What a waste. You should marry her then.
Yeah, right. Actually, I felt very comfortable with her around. I was even hoping she would just stay with us forever. One day we received an invitation to a Halloween party. It says you can come in a homemade costume and there's going to be a contest afterwards.
I want to be a cat. A really cute cat.
Okay, then what about something like this?
The design that she drew on the paper was so wonderful that I gasped. Wow, I didn't know you were such a good artist, Kumi-san.
To be honest, I went to art school and have some experience working as a designer.
I had no idea.
Wow, this is super cute. You have to make me this.
Okay, we better get to work on it then. And Mr. Sakamoto, I'll make you a matching one too.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to make you one too then. I'll help.
Huh? Wait, me too? But...
Come on, Kumi-san. Let's all three of us be cats.
See, Reina wants you to join too. But if you really don't want to, I can't force you.
No, I want to. Alright, if it's not a bother, can I join?
You bet. The costumes that Kumi designed and made were a huge hit. At the Halloween party, we were the life of the party. And on top of that...
Wow, a medal!
Yes, that's right. We won top prize in the costume contest. That's wonderful, Reina.
Yes, you were so cute in your costume. You deserve that gold medal. Congratulations!
Thanks so much for making it for me, Kumi-san. Reina was so happy. Thanks so much for what you did.
Just glad we all helped each other, like a family.
Kumi-san, can I ask you a favor?
Yes, of course.
Reina loves you very much, and I enjoy your company. What do you say? Would you want to work here as a live-in maid? What do you say?
Are you sure? I mean, I was the wife of the man that seduced your wife.
I don't care about that. You're a nice and considerate person. I would appreciate it if you could accept my offer. To be honest, I would be overjoyed if you accepted.
Well, you know what? I really like Reina, and I was getting very comfortable living here with you and Reina. If it's not a burden, I accept.
And so, it was decided that Kumi-san would live and work at our home. About 3 months have passed since Kumi-san came to our home. Because Kumi-san made healthy meals, I was fit as ever, and my skin rash that I had completely disappeared. I passed my annual medical exam with flying colors. When I was with Nanako, she never really cooked much, and if I had been with her, the stress from work probably would have taken its toll on me by now. I sure appreciate Kumi-san. It wasn't only house chores and cooking, she even assisted me in my work. One time I was stuck on one design project and I happened to ask her advice. She suggested and created an ad character and overall design. This concept art really caught the eye of my clients, and we ended up using her design. After that, there were numerous requests to use this character and design in other projects. As a result, I hired her on as my company's in-house designer. I'm sorry that I have you doing house chores as well as doing design work.
Well, Actually, I wanted to continue working after getting married, but my husband said my drawings were kid stuff and that it wouldn't pass muster in the professional world, and I was forced to be a housewife.
That's awful. How could he? Anybody can see that your work is of the highest quality.
You're so kind, Shin.
No, I'm only saying what's true. Your design is awesome. You got my vote, that's for sure.
I appreciate that, Shin.
You deserve better, Kumi. Kumi-san also changed while living here with me. Maybe it was the stress, but she became healthier and looked radiant. I can't imagine the stress she was under while living with her previous husband. She went out and got her hair done and switched from bookworm glasses to contacts and transformed herself into quite a beauty. Wow, you look great, Kumi-san.
Thanks, Shin. My husband said that there was no need for me to have my hair done or wear contacts.
Kumi-san, you look so cute!
Thank you so much, Reina. So nice of you to say. After living here with you and Reina, I feel I'm finally able to live a normal life and to be myself.
Yes, and I'm way healthier thanks to you. Meeting you has been a benefit to both of us. Our lives were looking up, but the same could not be said about some other people we know. While reading some of the industry news, I heard that Ando had started his own design office, but that many of the staff members quit due to severe harassment, creating a toxic work environment. He was a pretty famous designer, which made him more of a target in the media, and he was forced to resign his position. But enough word got around of his counterproductive methods that nobody would hire him. He then made some unfortunate investment choices, causing irreparable damage to his financial well-being. That's what he gets for treating Kumi-san so terribly. Then one day, Ando and Nanako suddenly visited us out of nowhere.
Hey, Shu, could you lend us some money, please?
I haven't seen you in ages. What the hell do you want? So I guess it was true that you guys got screwed with that investment. Yeah, you know about that, huh?
Oh, well. Then no need to explain. So what do you say? 20,000 bucks should cover it.
As we were talking at the front door, Kumi joined us. Both Nanako and Ando were flabbergasted how beautiful she looked. Is that you, Kumi?
Yes. Of course. Already forgot what your ex-wife looked like, huh?
Sorry, don't have any money to give you. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Shun. We used to be married, right? And I'm the mother of your child.
Just hand over the money, Kumi. I took care and provided for you for years. It's time to reimburse me for all I did for you.
Sorry, I cut all ties with you. You mean nothing to me.
Ah! We have a good life here. We never want to see you here again. Huh? Are you telling me you guys are like a couple now? Seriously?
Well, we're sort of...
That's right. I want to take care of Kumi for the rest of my life. She means the world to me. I don't want to see your faces here ever again. So you had an affair with my wife, is that it? The divorce has already been settled. Besides, you're the one who first cheated on Kumi and had an affair with my wife. You really got nerve, buddy. Kumi, are you nuts? Hooking up with this no-good son of a bitch?
No good son of a bitch, huh? What the hell are you talking about, Buster? You really got nerve coming here and calling him that. I always thought you were a son of a bitch.
Huh? That's it, Kumi. Show him who's boss.
If you don't want us to call the police, you better get the hell out of here.
You guys show your face around here again, we call the cops. They were still not ready to give up, but the neighbors started opening their doors and looking out, checking what the commotion was all about.
Is there some sort of trouble outside? Hey, Shun-san, Kumi-san, shall I call the police?
With that, they shut up and rushed away before things got out of hand. I'm so sorry I said that. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. I hope you weren't offended by it.
Please, Shun, don't apologize.
Right. Meaning?
You know, I was thinking that maybe I wanted our relationship to be that way. So, what you said, I was actually happy.
Huh? Really? Okay then. Let's make it official. Kumi, will you go steady with me? Maybe even marry down the line? I mean, if it's okay with you, that is.
My name is Mika. I'm about to get married soon. Despite appearances, I have had a tumultuous life. I lost my father to illness when I was very young, and even my mother who raised me single-handedly died of exhaustion. I was still in elementary school at the time, and I was in such despair that I couldn't even cry at the funeral.
What will she do now?
Oh no, we can't take her. We have kids. We can't afford to take care of another child.
Well, she'll probably end up in an institution.
But her grandfather, Kenjiro-san, won't let on about that, will he?
I don't know. Apparently he's about to get divorced, so he might not be able to afford to.
What? Really?
Mika, long time no see. I'm Kenjiro, your grandfather.
Mika, you're beautiful like your mother. I'm your grandma, Mika. Grandpa? Grandma?
Mika, from today, you're coming to our house.
Yes, you can count on us.
We're family.
Also, if there's anything else your mom left for you, please give it all to your grandma. I don't know.
You don't? Well, we'll see. My grandparents were not warm people, and even as a young girl I could feel the sting of their words, but I have nowhere else to turn. I was taken in by my grandparents and transferred to a new elementary school. At my new school, I found it difficult to make friends, which made me feel even more alone. It was just around the time that my grandparents gradually became to reveal their true nature.
The proportions are small again.
Oh, your stomach is growling? You want seconds? You're such a stubborn child.
Be grateful that you're being fed.
And don't underestimate the cost of food.
I'm sorry.
I gradually became to dislike returning home. I felt like I could only be free while in school, so I tried to come home as late as possible. One time, I didn't come home even in the evening and returned home after it got dark. Instead of being worried, my grandparents yelled at me saying, "People are going to think we're doing something wrong." The day after,
I don't want to go home anymore.
I slipped into the playground, equipped it at a nearby park, and cowered on my knees. And just like that, I dozed off.
It's already dark. But I don't want to go home. They're going to be really angry.
Wait, isn't that Mika? I looked and saw my mother's sister, Manami-san, who was my aunt, standing there. I met her several times at family gatherings, but she always smelled of perfume and had a flirtatious look about her. And to be honest, I was kind of intimidated by her.
What's the matter? It's late. You have to go home. I don't want to. I see.
Mika, how are you getting along with your grandparents?
What? Why?
Because I didn't get along with them.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I distanced myself so early.
I see. Mom said the same thing too. That's why she wouldn't let you see your grandparents.
Yeah, I know. But after what happened to my sister, they're the right people. Well, if you don't want to go home, I'll go home with you. It's called, shall we go?
Okay.
She took my hand and walked me home at a slow speed. I felt heavy, but the warmth of her hand gave me courage. When I returned home...
Oh, Mika, you weren't home?
My grandparents welcomed us as if nothing had happened without any sign of worry. They always change attitudes based on their own feelings, so they are unconcerned when they say the exact opposite of what they did yesterday. Wait, you didn't even notice she wasn't here? She didn't come home until this late and you didn't even worry? Why should I worry? It's a kid with no insurance coverage. What good is it going to do? I thought that's what this was about. I'll take Mika in.
What? What are you talking about barging in here for the first time in a while? Raising a child is not that simple, you know.
You don't even know what love is, so if you can do it, so can I.
What did you say? I don't care if you come crying to me later.
Who's counting on you, you idiot? Mika, let's go. Saying that, my aunt took my hand and ran out of the house. I followed her with only my school bag on my back. I was so nervous.
You get nervous too?
Of course. Oh man, it's time for me to go to work.
Work?
Yeah, it's called a night job. Oh, feel free to use my room.
Okay.
She left me and went to work. My aunt's room was so cluttered and stuffed that there was no place to step. I started cleaning. Then after cleaning up the 8-mat living room, I ran out of energy and fell asleep. At dawn, I felt warm and woke up to find my aunt sleeping beside me. She covered me with her food and slept with only a towel, and she smelled of perfume and alcohol. I was intimidated by her after all. She was always using dirty language. She was far from having femininity. But she helped me, and so the strange cohabitation between me and my aunt began.
Auntie, how have you been living until now?
Huh? What do you mean?
You can't cook or clean. I mean, you can't do anything.
Even if your room is messy, it's not like I'm going to die.
I'll make sure I don't become like you, Auntie.
Don't say things like that.
Don't get so close, it's hot.
By the way, since my aunt's house and my grandparents' house were within walking distance, I didn't have to transfer elementary schools. When I came home from school, I cleaned the room. My aunt did her makeup for the carpenter job. Even with this kind of lifestyle, it was 100 times better than living at my grandparents' house. Eventually, Auntie started making an effort to cook for me, and she even started helping me with sewing for school.
Thanks, Auntie.
One day, after about a month of living like that, my aunt told me she has someone she wanted to introduce me to. This guy is Satoshi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Satoshi.
Huh?
My apprentice.
Apprentice?
Yeah, like a slave. Someone who listens to everything you say.
What is that?
Don't worry about it, Mika. If there's anything you need, just tell me.
Satoshi-san was 20 years old and a college student. Just like my aunt, he grew up in a single-fathered household and owes a debt of gratitude to my aunt, which is why he's her apprentice.
Seriously, you don't have to hold back at all.
Mika, you're like my own child.
That's not how it works.
I still remember that moment vividly. I felt a mix of embarrassment, happiness, and almost wanted to cry.
Auntie's child.
It was the moment when I gained another mother. Satoshi-san would come to take care of me on days when my aunt wasn't around. I loved Satoshi-san, who could do household chores, was kind, and would also scold me when necessary. But Satoshi-san had one flaw. He was indecisive.
Why don't you ask her out already, Satoshi-san?
Huh? What do you mean?
You like my aunt, don't you?
Mika, you can tell too?
It's obvious.
But you know what? It's kind of presumptuous of me to be her boyfriend.
You're the only one who could tolerate her.
I don't know.
It's true. Then we could be real family.
A real family.
Oh, but just going out with her isn't going to be enough.
I'm on board with that idea.
A week later, Satoshi-san proposed to my aunt. I don't mind.
Really? Yes!
Congratulations, Satoshi-san!
This is how Auntie and Satoshi-san got engaged. The next day, the three of us went to greet Roshi-san's father. I was happy that they allowed me to be present at something important like this, but...
No!
Satoshi-san's father said sternly.
Why not?
You're still young. It's too early for marriage, and having a child who isn't even related to you on top of that isn't something I can overlook.
What's wrong with that?
You're not blood related. What if you two have a child together? Can you give them the same love and care?
What about all the adults around me? They loved me. It doesn't matter if you're related by blood. I love Manami and Mika.
After an hour of back and forth, the stubborn father finally...
I understand. Your determination is not half-hearted.
Yes!
But promise me one thing. Make sure to graduate from university and get a good job. I will support you.
Yes!
Also, rely on those around you properly. And come visit us once in a while.
Thank you, Father.
And so our life as a family of 3 began. The 2 of us just registered our marriage. We didn't have any wedding ceremony. After that, my mother quit her job at the Carbonet Club and started working full-time at a supermarket. After graduation from college, my father also found a job at a general company. Furthermore, a turning point came when I was in the 1st grade of junior high school. Listen and be amazed. I'm having a baby.
What? Really?
I wouldn't lie to you.
Yay! Congratulations, Mika!
Yeah, I'm so happy. Mika, do you want to feel my belly? It's not that big yet, but... yeah. I think you'll be a good big sister, Mika.
I'll do my best.
But actually, I wasn't just filled with joy. I feared becoming an unwanted child. In the midst of all this, the 3rd anniversary of my real mother's death was celebrated.
Manami is pregnant.
Really? What's going to happen to Mika then?
Well, you can't beat a biological child. I guess she'll be sent away to an institution.
I'm afraid she'll do something mean.
I couldn't stand it anymore, so I ran away from the scene in my disheveled state. I ran to the park where I used to spend time killing time. And just like in the past, I slipped into the playground equipment.
If only I could go to my real parents now, without being seen as obnoxious.
Several hours later.
Mika! Mika! What?
After crying for a while, I got tired and fell asleep. When I woke up to being shaken, my mother with a red face was looking at me.
What are you doing here, stupid?
She grabbed my hand and headed silently towards my grandparents' house, which was terrifying. It was so awkward that a few minutes' walk felt like tens of minutes. When we got to my grandparents' house, my father flew in with a pale face and hugged me.
Thank God! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm going to tell everyone they found her.
Did you apologize to your mother?
Why?
Because you worried her.
She worried about me?
Don't test her. Your mother and I were really worried about you.
I'm sorry.
Let's apologize to your mother. She was looking for you with a pale face.
Okay.
Ah! At which point, the relatives' scream echoed from the back room. I rushed to the back room with my father, and my mother was pouring beer on my relative's head. I gave her a lesson. You should be thanking me.
What do you think you're doing?
What does it matter if we're not blood related? I love Mika.
What does that have to do with this?
I don't need you outsiders to tell me what to do. Nitpicking everything.
Nitpicking?
Manami, what's wrong?
These guys said Mika ran away because she was an idiot who couldn't even thank them for raising her. I got so frustrated.
Don't cry, Mom. I'm sorry for worrying you.
Mika. We hugged each other and sobbed like little kids. At this moment, I think we became a real family. Then the months passed. I had become a college student. One day, when I took my boyfriend, Yu Gold, out to visit my house.
So, how did you meet Mika? Yes, we were classmates in high school. I see, classmates, huh? Yes, when I first entered the school, there was a heartless rumor that spread about Mika, and I couldn't stand it. A heartless rumor? That Mika's parents are not blood related. I shouted, "That's none of your business." Huh. I was raised by a single father. I knew a lot of adults who looked out for me, so I couldn't just sit back and...
It's true what they say about daughters becoming similar to their fathers.
What? Well, you're the mother.
What? Why?
Remember in high school when I was being harassed by a young teacher? Remember how you helped me out?
Did that ever happen?
Yeah, it did. They made fun of the fact that I came from a single father. And then one day, to the teacher, you poured a sports drink on him and got mad saying you're disrespecting the people who love him.
Nah, I remember.
And I thought, I'm sure I'm going to be with this person in the future.
Me too. That's what I thought when you helped me.
So, we're alike. Nice to meet you. And nice to meet you too.
And now, after graduating from university, I got a job at a major company and got married to you. I didn't plan to have a ceremony, but my mother wanted to see me as a bride. So we decided to have a small ceremony. My father cried as soon as it began. My mother had a big smile on her face the whole time, and I was happy. But even though the ceremony was over, our mission was not. What? Why? Whatever, just try it on. I'm sure it's the right size. I wanted to give my mother, who gave up her wedding for me, a ceremony with just the family. I took my mother, who had a strange look on her face, to the chapel, where she saw my father in a tuxedo. My cheeky-looking younger brother was sitting in the attendance section.
You look good, Mom.
I pulled my mother's hand and led her to my father. Mom, I'm going to be happy, so you be happy too. Thanks, Mika. I'm just happy enough already. My mother smiled at me as she says this, trying not to break down in tears. This is how our family took a new step forward.